Hey, everybody, it's the top of the hour. That means, well, it means it's 6 o'clock. But 6 o'clock Dad Rock Talk doesn't begin for a couple minutes. So, you got time to get yourself some snacks, get something to drink, get all comfy cozy, share out the link with your friends and family not already in the stream. Because, as previously stated, 6 o'clock Dad Rock Talk will begin in about 2.5 minutes.
Ever since I was a young boy, I played the silver ball. From Soho down to Brighton, I must have played them all. But I ain't seen nothing like him in any amusement hall. That deaf, dumb, and blind kid sure plays a mean pinball. He stands like a statue, becomes part of the machine, feeling all the bumpers, always playing clean. He plays by intuition, I've never seen him fall. The deaf, dumb, and blind kid sure plays a mean pinball. Distractions, don't hear no buzzes and bells, don't see no lights a flashing. He plays by sense of smell, he always gets a replay. The digit counters fall. That deaf, dumb, and blind kid sure plays a mean pinball.
Welcome to the Virtual Stab Comedy Theater. It's time for 6 o'clock Dad Rock Talk. So please welcome to your screen, 6 o'clock Dad Rock Talk.
Hey folks, welcome to the show. This is 6 o'clock Dad Rock Talk, as Jesse just said. I'm Corey Barringer, joined as always by my co-host and strange aquatic serpent, Cord Hansen. How you doing, Cord? Oh, careful. He'll shock you.
Oh.
He'll shock you.
I'm good. I'm pretty good.
Right on. I called you that because, you know, we're fond of nicknames around Dad Rock Talk, and usually the nicknames pertain somewhat to the topic at hand. But this week, the topic at hand is something I know next to nothing about, which is unique, I think, for both of us on this show.
Yeah,
Normally, we're coming in with some knowledge on the topic.
More or less true of me as well. The only thing I know about eels.
Yeah. We're talking about eels.
Yeah, sorry,
show.
I gave it away. After your big build-up.
In case you know, our sleuthing audience didn't put that together, we're talking about eels. And eels are a band. I mean, right off the bat, are they even a band? Are they more of a musical project that's called Eels? Is it mostly one guy? I'm going to find out all of these things this week because we have on the show with us Eels fanatic. I'll go ahead and say it. Ryan King. How you doing, Ryan?
Oh, hell yeah. I would call myself that, or a fan. I'm doing good. How are you all, both of you?
I'm just ducky. We're good.
Sick.
Yeah.
I've never
I'm
heard that
excited
before.
for this show. Yeah, we were talking at the top before the show, you know, started rolling that, like, it's these sort of episodes that get me a little more excited because I don't know what I'm getting into.
Oh, yeah.
I was also telling you, it took no small amount of self-restraint over the last couple weeks since we've had this show booked to not listen to Eels.
Mhm.
I had many opportunities, but I wanted to go in fresh ear. I didn't want to, because I'll just say it right now, I'm a little worried I won't like it. But, like, how awkward would that be if I don't like it? So at least I won't like it in real time.
Yeah.
I won't be going in not liking it.
I've actually been worried about that. I've been stressing about that for the better part of a week. Like, what if they just think it sucks shit? And I'm just here like, it's Eels. And they're just like,
I don't think that'll happen, though, because they're one of those groups that is so widely respected by so many other acts and just people I know that I respect a great deal. And I found out, moments before we started, that they have a song on the Shrek soundtrack. So I already know that I like at least one song.
Yeah.
Because I don't know the song. Like, I don't remember what it sounded like, but you explained the scene, and I remember liking that scene.
Mhm.
So
And I don't know yet which scene it is, and we're not going to spoil that
Court
for
doesn't
me
want
until we
to know,
get to it.
so we're going to wait on that.
The only thing I know about Eels is their original bassist, Tommy Walters, is the guy who was in the solo project / band called Abandoned Pools, and they did the theme song for Clone High back about 18 years ago now. And so that has always been my only connection to Eels, is that it was the group that the Abandoned Pools guy, who was the Clone High guy, that he was in before he was in Abandoned Pools.
I love how many layers of separation that is from the topic at hand.
Yeah.
Well, Ryan, let me ask you a really, broad question here about when did you get into Eels, and what was it about them that kind of hooked you, or shocked you, I should say?
Good one, Corey.
I hate it.
Well, we're gonna have a whale of a time. That's in the. I'm so sorry. Cut that, Jesse. Cut that one out. I was a young boy when I got into Eels, mostly because my dad played them, and my dad, he's a dad, so Eels is dad rock. That's because my dad listened to it. There we go. That's all it means, to be dad rock. And I think what stood out to me from them is the content of their music, and sort of the sound is interesting, because this is a man who makes music who is a very depressed man who's had a lot of bad things happen to him, and he sort of like works that into his lyrics, but like juxtaposes that with instrumentation that's can be bright and happy and chimey, but he's talking about like the most depressing shit ever. And I think also, and I don't want to go too deep into this, but like I think when you're when you like have like depression and you're young, you don't have the words to really express how you feel sad, and then like having this very smoky voiced man sing lyrics about being sad like resonated to me in a way that not other bands did. So that's sort of what like sparked my interest in it.
Dad rock.
Yeah.
Dad
And
rock,
like that seems like that's how it goes for so many like young loves musically. I know that's how it was for me. Like, you nailed it. It's like someone providing you a vocabulary, for the feelings that you didn't get. So that's beautiful, man. I love that.
Yeah.
So for those of you who maybe haven't seen the show before, the way Dad Rock Talk works is our guest comes in with a playlist that they have crafted of their favorite jams about the, band that we're talking about. And back at Stab Comedy Theater, Jesse Jones is going to be sort of DJing this show for us. We don't know what's going to be played until it's played. And then we're going to listen to a short clip of it. We can't listen to too much because we'd like the show to continue. And after we hear this little clip, we're going to talk about it and what we think about it. And like that's pretty much the way the show flows. We have a good time with it. We hope you enjoy it too. So Jesse, please play the first Eels song.
Life is hard, and so am I. You'd better give me something so I don't die.
You wanna tell us a bit
Oh
about
yeah,
that?
sorry. I was just taking it in.
I know,
That-
and I didn't want to interrupt that. You were really feeling it.
Ooh.
We do have a show to do.
Fuck. Okay, focus, Ryan. That was the song "Novocaine for the Soul" from the 1996 album "Beautiful Freak," which I think was one of their first or second albums. Yeah, "Novocaine for the Soul" is the title of the song, and you know, it's right there in the first lyrics. Life is hard, but so am I. So
That's great. I enjoyed the hell out of that. The tones, in particular, were so crisp. I don't know what I was expecting. I don't think it was quite that. I think I was expecting to hear something more, just as far as their overall sound, something kind of sparse, moody, sort of acoustic singer-songwriter type stuff. This is like, I don't know, dark indie rock.
Yeah, it was kind of just like a slacker jam.
Yeah.
Like Beck pavement
Oh, yeah.
I
kind
was
of way.
thinking Beck. I absolutely was thinking Beck. And
Yeah.
then when he said Novocaine, I was like, that first me up even more. I was like, oh, we're in Beckland.
we're in Beckland. I think we are in Beckland, or like the neighboring Beckville. Because Beck was also a band my dad liked, and like I listened to Beck around the same time as Eels, and I think I think there's some parallels there for sure.
Well, let's keep trucking right along. Let's hear another song.
Give it to me.
My beloved monster and me, we go everywhere together, wearing a raincoat that has 4 sleeves, gets us through all kinds of weather. She will always be the only thing that comes between me and the awful sting that comes from living in a world that's so damn mean. My beloved monster is tough. If she wants, she will disrobe you. But if you lay her down for a kiss, her little heart it could explode. She will always be the only thing that comes between me and the awful sting.
And that was.
Ooh. That was the song My Beloved Monster, and I picked this song solely because it represents Eel's breakthrough sort of into mainstream, because this song was in the hit 2002 film Shrek. It was in Shrek. They
Wait,
made
this
it
was
in
in
Shrek.
Shrek?
This
was
was in
this
Shrek.
in that scene you were telling us about?
This was in the scene I was telling you about.
I recognize the song now, but not the scene.
I don't. We're complete opposites with
Damn.
this. I can picture this
Damn.
scene vividly. I don't remember this song,
What?
but I love this song. Let's get that right out there because this was
Yeah.
awesome. I really liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what else draws you to this sort of song?
Yeah, I think the album is called Beautiful Freak, and the song My Beloved Monster. It just it's dealing with like love and affection in ways that isn't like I don't know, that hasn't really been like talked about a lot. Like this guy like talks about like love and affection a lot because that's just a theme, and I think pairing it with descriptions of people who are like maybe on the outside or outskirts of society, or maybe it's a metaphor I'm not understanding, My Beloved Monster. But I think it's again like a juxtaposition of like he likes to juxtapose like the ugly and the beautiful, and like when I listen to the songs, I get ugly and I get beautiful, sort of in the same shot.
I totally get why this sort of music would be so compelling to, especially like high schoolers.
Oh yeah.
And I don't mean this in a condescending way.
Huh?
It's because it's so simple. Like any kid
agree.
could pick up a guitar and play these songs.
Yeah.
Like they're really not above an entry point for learning how to play the guitar, which is when most people pick up the guitar is, freshman year. And that's when you're just a raging storm of emotions and hormones,
Exactly.
So this is great.
I think
this
all
is sorry, go right ahead.
I just want to say I think all of this time since Shrek, I thought this song was "Pale Blue Eyes" by Velvet Underground.
It does have a very Velvet tone to it.
Yeah.
Mostly, I think it's easy to do that whenever you have mostly two chords back and forth. Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of velvety.
But then also
Yeah.
with the kind of drowsy talk singing
Yeah.
vocals and stuff is very Velvet Undergroundy.
I wanted.
And so I think I don't think I ever. It's been a while since I heard that because I haven't watched Shrek in a minute.
Oh no. Damn.
So in my head, I think that I just thought it was a Velvet Underground song. So it's interesting to find out that it's not.
I think something that always gets me about the singer is that raspy ass voice, and like it's raspy. It'll be raspy down the discography, and I remember like thinking like as a kid like, oh, how do I get a voice like that? And someone told me cigarettes, and I was like, oh, never mind that.
Yeah.
But it sounds damn cool. So if you want to sound like him, you should smoke a lot of cigarettes, kids. Is what I'm saying.
And yeah, that's the takeaway from the show, folks.
Yeah,
Let's hear
exactly.
another.
I can't look at the rocket launch, the trophy wives of the astronauts, and I won't listen to their words, 'cause I like birds. I don't care for walking downtown, crazy auto car gonna mow me down. Look at all the people like cows in a herd. Well, I like birds. If you're small and on a search, I've got a feeder for you to perch on. I can't stand in line at the store. The mean little people are such a bore. But it's alright if you act like.
That was a song. Sorry for that. That was a song. Oh, that was a song. I Like Birds, off the album Daisies of the Galaxy. And you mentioned the simplicity, and I think that's in it in this song. Simple chords. The lyrics are about liking birds and sort of having a disdain for humanity and preferring birds.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a fun band to record. Like they feel like not labors of like a chore of a production. Like sometimes you hear a band and you can tell that like it's so meticulous and it's beautiful perhaps, but it's still meticulous. This doesn't feel that way. But it also doesn't go down too far that lo-fi road that I, again, was kind of expecting it to, not knowing anything about it, but expecting it to sort of be that, like, very loosey-goosey lo-fi. This still is very well recorded. It just has all these fun little moments. It seems like it's a blast to record.
Yeah.
So I think this is a good time to kind of get into, if you, can, tell us about, like, the background of this band. Like, I know nothing.
Yeah, so this is something that I might need I can tell you like what I know of it, and then I can actually look at the Wikipedia and then give you the correct information.
I mean, I'm not looking for dates. I just mostly like, is it an actual band where their lineup changes, or is this mostly one guy and he calls it Eels? Is it like a Shins thing?
I think so. From my understanding, it's a project brainchild of Mark Oliver Everett. Who goes by his like music alias is Mr. E, and I think he also has other recordings in that name. And this is, I think, a collection of artists, or just a collection of it's like his band essentially, and so I think it is like a revolving sort of door. Like people come in and come out. I think there are some members that kind of stick around, but yeah, it's sort of like his project, and to me, like it sounds like someone who's like done the lo-fi indie stuff before, and like just kind of wanted to have fun with some of the instrumentation. So like, I'll sing a song about birds and throw in some a weird choir, a weird eerie sort of choir sound in that for no reason. So
Yeah,
I
mix
think
it with the fuzzy guitar.
Yeah, I love a good fuzzy guitar.
I love how smooth that transition into the fuzzy guitar was. Like
Mhm.
you feel like it's gonna go right back to the acoustic after that. What I imagine is like a synth chorus. It kind of sounds like a synth choir, and then it goes like smooth right into that fuzz. It wasn't jarring at all. It felt very natural, which again is very, I think, out of the norm for lo-fi type, indie recordings. Like just
Yeah.
how seamless that was. It's cool.
Yeah,
Let's hear another.
hit me.
You don't have a clue what it is like to be next to you. I'm here to tell you that it is good, that it is true. Birds singing a song, old paint is peeling. This is that fresh feeling. Words can't be that strong. My heart is reeling. This is that fresh feeling. Try to.
Yeah, that was the song "Fresh Feeling" from Souljacker is the album, and I like the song because Souljacker itself is like an intense album. It's got a lot of like dark themes on it, and this is like a feel good song, and comparatively to the rest of the discography.
So whereabouts in their timeline would this one have felt?
This one is Souljacker is I think I want to say like 2006 or something. So, or
A
I
little
could
later.
yeah, a
as
little
far
later.
as- yeah.
They-
Yeah, it is cool. I like that they're not the same sound song to song. Like each one that you played has its own identity. I really like that. And then now we're getting into fun like synth beats layered on top
Yeah.
of analog. That's cool. It's a cool
I-
combo.
2001 was that album.
2001.
Yeah.
Thank you. God, 2006 did feel wrong.
Souljacker.
Yeah,
That's a great album
Souljacker.
title.
Oh, yeah,
More like hijackers.
Uh-oh. That was good. I just realized how much, because I think in the last song too there was a lot of maraca play, and I didn't realize I never pay attention to the maracas, but someone was going nuts on those maracas in this song and the last song. So
Which, I mean, at this point, like it feels like I'm reaching for this sort of impression of the band, but those kind of percussion elements are so common in like friend home recordings. Like, and those are
Yeah.
like the most special recordings you'll ever have. Is like when you're not paying for studio time and you just have like all these creative friends around. Everyone will eventually do a hand clap track and you throw on like an egg shaker. Because
Oh, yeah.
there's things that make the track sound so much more real. So it's like it's cool that you hear those things on this because like that's what it would be like if you were recording with your friends. You would throw on maracas because like what else do we have in the room right now? Let's
Exactly.
throw those on. It's so cool. Let's hear another.
cut rate mime walking through the dirty streets of Paris in the hot August heat. Sun melts in the fake smile away, just looking for a place to stay. The actress gave up all her old dreams and traded up. Now she is a queen. Royal families don't have time for that shit. Your crystal ball, you keep it hid.
Oh, man. That was that was Grace Kelly Blues. I do have to. A lot of these songs are from, at least like half of them are from Daisies of the Galaxy. That is my favorite album. But that's Grace Kelly Blues from Daisies of the
loved it.
Galaxy.
Yeah,
I
that's
love it.
Give
I'm
me.
so impressed when a songwriter can take those well-worn chord progressions and do something unique
Oh, yeah.
with the melody over the top of it. That's it's so impressive to me.
Yeah. Give me a big blaring horn intro on every song. I love that. I just blast me in the face with some horns and then transition to a soft acoustic little
Oh,
ditty. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, it's why it's another reason I'm like such a Bright Eyes fan. Like that
Oh.
kind of combo is like those Nate Walcott like arrangements. Oh, I swoon for them when you layer them on top of just someone playing a very modest acoustic guitar. Such a beautiful combination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Really
love
sweet.
this song too because I think it's where a lot of his like storytelling comes in, and it's just like descriptions of people being like lost,
Speaking of
Speaking
Lost,
of Lost,
whatever, and then like comparing that to this song like gets oh what
you froze up.
oh did
And
I
then-
oh shit
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stopped.
yeah, and then Corey and I said, "Speaking of Lost," at the same time.
that's
which is
pretty
cool.
good. Dang, am I back? Am I
Yeah, you're
fine?
back.
Yeah, you're good. You're good now.
Cool.
So what were you saying
Sick.
about characters being lost?
Yeah, it's just like that's like what the song means to me is like, it's like describing these situations where people are like, lost or like seeking something or like are searching for something, and like that like it's vivid imagery, and like that's one of the songs that like gets to me if I like listen to it, and I get sad, and that's good. This band should make you feel sad because that's what I feel like he's a very cathartic writer. I think he's like very personal. He talks about his own sadness, and then you feel sad with him, and then bada boom, that's art.
Yeah.
So
I think it's cool how the production on all of these songs, when they range from being like kind of Beck, kind of like slacker hip hop influenced, like chill out music, down to the more like folky ballads. They all have like a very detailed production. Like it's not like any of them are content to just be the trappings of like an acoustic ballad or slackery Beck hip hop jam kind of thing. It's like there's lots of little very precise flourishes in all of these songs so far, which is really neat.
I don't know for sure, but to me, I think it's because like the guy or Mr. E or E. It seems like he's just been a fan of music, or he's just been around music a lot. So I feel like that's sort of comes from to me, it sounds like that comes from his like experience, like being around music a lot is just finding ways to make these things sound different or unique.
So one thing I want to ask is before we get to the next song.
Oh yeah.
When I was promoting for the show, when I posted the graphic for it and everything, a friend of mine, Ben Rice, another local comic, and big Eels fan, commented that he hopes we get into talking about the multiverse. Does that mean anything to you? Like, is that a song or is that a concept among his songs? He said he hopes we get into the multiverse.
Dang. So I don't know what you're talking about, Ben Rice. You buffoon. Explain yourself to me. I hope I do because it sounds neat as fuck, and I want to know.
That does sound cool, right? I was intrigued. Yeah. So
like the Eels
we're gonna
multiverse.
disappoint Ben.
I am. I'm sorry.
We'll tell you what. While we listen to the next clip, one of you's Google Eels multiverse. And
One
we'll
of
get to the
you's-
bottom of this, okay?
What have you?
So Jesse, will you please play the next song?
Oh.
If you're scared to die, you better not be scared to live. I've been spending all my days giving all I can give. Last night I heard someone walking through my bedroom door. What they wanted, I'm not exactly sure. A friendly ghost is all I need. A friendly ghost is all I need. Marking time on a broken watch, counting days till the old pawn shop sells me back my saxophone.
Bada boom! That was the song "Friendly Ghost" by off the album Souljacker. I was trying a new way to
Sure.
to lead into that song. I did a Google the multiverse thing. We should. I don't know if you want to talk about
Let's
this
talk
song
about
first.
this song first.
Yeah.
Like, what? Tell us a bit about this one.
Yeah, it's Friendly Ghost. I just like this song. I like I think the instrumentation in this one is actually something I haven't really listened to in a bit closely. I like the little embellishes made, and it gives a very sort of eerie, sort of ghostly feeling to it. And it's just talk about give me a Casper situation, give me a friendly ghost. And I think we've all been there where we want a sort of Casper situation.
This is cool. Do you ever listen to Silver Jews, like David Berman? This really reminded me of Silver Jews, like a more lively, like
Ooh.
a little more upbeat type of Silver Jews.
Yeah.
Silver Reformed Jews.
Exactly. I haven't done a deep dive yet, but I've listened to like a couple albums, and I'm a fan of them. So it's one of those things where I wanna get more into them. But love me some Silver Jews.
So what's the skinny on this multiverse stuff,
Yeah.
guys?
So did you look up anything, Court?
I found a little bit of information.
Yeah. So
You go on.
okay, and then you go on after
Okay.
me. Okay. So what I found, he had an interview on what is it, Paste magazine, where he talks about the multiverse because his dad was a physicist, and so he was asked about the multiverse, and he talks about it.
Okay.
Or
So
he
he
just talks.
had some thoughts about it, basically.
It looks like there was a BAFTA-winning television documentary broadcast on the BBC in which American rock musician Mark Oliver Everett talks with physicists and the former colleagues of his father, Hugh Everett, about his father's many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics. And if you look up his father, he's definitely like a old-fashioned science guy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool.
Yeah, and so it looks like he's one of the people coming up with that multiverse theory, and so I guess that kind of concept must have been in his life. It must have been around him growing up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd be interested to watch that documentary. That's such a unique premise. Interviewing a musician about his quantum theorist father. And he's talking to friends of his father. That sounds very cool and weird.
Hell yeah.
Hopefully, we've done Ben Rice some justice.
Yeah.
I think so. What else do you expect of us, Ben?
Yeah.
Like, that's all we can do. We don't know this
Yeah.
stuff. So
What do you-
come on.
Yeah,
what do you fucking want from us?
Why doesn't he talk about the multiverse?
Yeah.
Thank you. Get another podcast, Ben Rice. All right, let's hear another song.
scared today. Write down, I am okay. 100 times, the doctors say. I am okay. I am okay. I'm not okay. Skin is crawling off, mopping the sweaty drops, sticking around for this shit. Another day.
Ooh, Hachi Machi. That was Electroshock Blues off the album Electroshock Blues. A very harrowing song about, I believe electroshock therapy. I don't know for sure, but that's what I get to the context. But God, that I just love how the keys are just so each key is very piercing. I think, and I like how his voice is very pulled back.
Yeah, and just how effective it is. Like I forget what that technique is called in recording. My little brother could tell me, where it's like that hard gate. I think it's gate. How that that white noise we heard suddenly stopped every time.
Yeah.
And you have complete silence. Oh, that's so effective. Because then the white noise comes back and then it's gone. What were you saying, Corey?
That one kind of reminded me of the Weaker Thans. Like the song "Hospital Vespers." It kind of had a similar feel to that. I think that's a comparison that I've been trying to find this whole episode, and it took that song for me to
interesting
realize that it was reminding me of the Weaker Thans, and also the very specific kind of lyrics and that this has that Mr. E has. It reminds me of the Weaker Thans quite a bit. Feels like music written by a guy writing his master's thesis, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because he doesn't leave much for interpretation. Like, that's not really what this guy seems to be doing. It's like very direct. This is what I'm writing about.
Yeah.
And you're either on board or you're not. Like, it's not like he's painting the canvas that you can listen and let it wash over you and be like, well, what's he talking about? No, there's a princess in a castle. Like, that's the song. That kind of thing.
Yeah. He tells you it's Electroshock Blues. You know what it's about. And I think listening to the song, and I don't know if it's too much of a pull, but the way it was kind of like harrowing and personal, almost gave me a Daniel Johnson-esque vibe, and just how stripped back the instruments were. And I didn't draw that comparison until just now. And this is some, I think, of their more early stuff. And Electroshock Blues is a trip of an album. It's very it's much more I think darker and subdued and sadder. But there's always going to be bits of sadness in their songs. But Electroshock Blues, I think the whole album is a trip, a sad trip.
Today is a lovely day to run. Start up the car with the sun. Packing blankets and dirty sheets, a room full of dust and a broom to sweep up all the troubles you and I have seen. Cross when the drawbridge light is green. Don't look back to that messed up scene. Packing blankets and dirty sheets, a room full of dust and a broom to sweep up all the troubles you and I have seen. And all our troubles will be gone, blowing out over that bridge, floating up into the sky, making the storm clouds cry. La, la, da, da, la, la, da, da.
And scene, that was Packing Blankets off of Daisies of the Galaxy. and I love like my interpretation of what I get from that song is the instruments are so upbeat, but his voice sounds like still so depressing at times. It's like almost like he's forcing himself to be positive or forcing himself to be happy, and like that's sort of the vibe I get from the Eels is like you're just trying to like will yourself to be good.
Yeah, you're writing "I'm okay" 100 times.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Well, and that just hits me
Yeah.
here.
I really dug this one. It's just another testament to how great the mixing is on these records.
Oh yeah.
Because just the way it builds so steadily, one layer at a time, and then by the end of just that brief clip we had, everything was in its own place, even though we started with just a guy and an acoustic guitar. But at no point was it jarring of like suddenly there's, an organ. Like everything just kind of creeped in so perfectly. I really dug that. That was nice.
Yeah.
You want to hear another? Any more thoughts?
I don't know. I like that one. That was cool.
Oh, go ahead, Court. Sorry.
I don't have too much more to add regarding that. That's all I was going to say.
Oh, I did. I wanted because I don't know what it is, but there like a point there was like a warbly little like sound of like wah, like that was like sort of add-ins in the instrumentation. And I was wondering like how they did that. I don't know what sort of instrument they used, but it was like I don't know. It was like just a sort of warbly like high-pitched sort of
Kind of
flow.
like organ sound.
Maybe. I think. I don't know. But I just thought it was neat, and I wanted to know what it was.
Yeah, I mean, probably an organ. Maybe like it wouldn't surprise me if this band had a musical saw in their repertoire.
Oh hell yeah!
If you're saying it's going pretty high, it might be a saw.
Help! Oh yeah, good. Because if you didn't know, I was going to ask Ben Rice. What's the sound, Ben Rice? Tell us.
Let's hear another.
22 miles of hard road, 33 years of tough luck, 44 skulls buried in the ground, crawling down through the muck. Oh yeah. Johnny don't like the teacher, Johnny don't like the school. One day Johnny gonna do something, show him he's nobody's fool. Oh yeah. Sisters, brothers, make better lovers, family, friend, under the covers. Treat her like a broken heart, don't let you leave until you're bleeding. Sally don't like her daddy.
That was Souljacker Part 1 off of Souljacker. Grimy, filthy, dirty.
Love it.
Yeah, nasty.
I feel so predictable, like as a predictable rock guy, that's my favorite song so far. Like
Yeah.
the one that's like the most balls to the wall.
Yeah.
Which is rock and roll. And I'm so glad you said it's on Souljacker because already I was like, well, that's the first one I'm going to listen to.
Yeah.
And now
It's a
this
trip.
song is on.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm sold. This is awesome.
Yeah. He definitely like did his best like sort of like rock impression with that. Ah yeah.
Yeah, totally.
So
Yeah.
good. I
It's
love
like
that.
if George Thorogood had a twee vest. Like I don't know. Like it's indie Thorogood.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah,
Um,
that was pretty different from the other ones too. I could see that. I could definitely see that album being the most rockin' one. If that's what it's. That reminded me of. I don't even know what that reminded me of. It sounded cool. That was a neat. I like that. I like that guitar. I like that riff.
Yeah, that nasty, dirty, filthy, absolutely disgusting guitar, and that's a compliment. That's, you
Yeah.
know, that riff is ooh.
Yeah, I mean, it was reminded me of like Grinder Man, sort of like Nick Cave, like his other band.
Yeah.
So this kind of brings me around to a question. as to their live sound, because I
Yeah.
heard this and I'm like, well, I bet this is a barn burner live. Like this would be really cool. What's indicative of their typical sort of live show? Are you that familiar with their live stuff?
I am not. I've never got a chance to see them live. I don't know. I don't know if I missed out, or I don't know if they just haven't been touring that much. But there are like some live albums out there that I haven't personally listened to, but they're like out there. And there's like a couple like greatest hits collections where the back half is all live recordings. So
That's cool. That's
yeah,
not
maybe
very
that.
common.
That makes me think that there must be something to the live shows to where that's
Yeah.
worth preserving for people.
Yeah. I'd hope so. Now, I'm probably gonna go check it out later because I haven't.
I'm very curious how this translates to the live sound.
Yeah.
Because it's so produced, not in a negative way. It's just it's very produced,
Yeah.
in an indie sort of way. It looks like we got time for about one more. Ryan, was there one that we didn't get to that you want to hear?
I think Tiger in My Tank is the good next or finale.
Okay, so Jesse can get that queued up. Tiger in My Tank. And while Jesse's getting that queued up, where can the folks find you, Ryan? You got anything in the pipeline or anything like that?
You know what? Pipeline's looking a little dry, but I mean, I do improv shows over at the Sacramento Comedy Spot. You can see me live out there. I have a Instagram. I'm at Duckboy. You can follow me on there, and maybe I'll post some stuff there. I have a Twitch channel, Good Duckboy, where sometimes I play video games, so you can find me on that. Yeah.
Right on. Well,
Give
it's
me
been a
money.
pleasure having you. I'm so glad that you came to us with this topic, because I wouldn't have in a million years thought of sitting down and talking about Eels of all bands. I'll admit this now that I've accepted that I really dig this band. They're a band for me that I have attempted to listen to in the past, but I've never gotten through a song. I've never gotten through a minute of a song. They've been one of those bands that I'll start an album and then it won't immediately hook me and then I'll move on.
Yep.
And I think that's the mistake I made, because in just these songs that you've brought to us, they don't really explode in the first 30 seconds. They grow.
Yeah.
So.
And I'll tell you, I love the band. I don't think every song's a winner. I mean, they're a human band made of humans.
Made of eels.
Made of eels. Yeah, sorry, they're all eels. So they're doing the best a group of eels can. It's like very cool they could even get on the instruments and play them. But for me, it's got a bit of nostalgia to it, because I was listening to this when I was young. So it's not something I would listen to in any state of mind. Mostly I think when I want to active listen to something, I would do Eels. Maybe it's not the best passive listen, but I don't know. I mean, that's just
I'm definitely a convert. I'm definitely going to check out more of their stuff, because I really like this. It has a lot of elements that I enjoy.
Yeah. Definitely check out Souljacker and Daisies of the Galaxy. I think are the two most consistent albums.
You heard it here, folks. That's what you got. That's your homework now from Dad Rock Talk. So let's hear this last song. Let her rip.
I bought some rockstar ashes from the back of Rolling Stone. I guess he wouldn't mind it. They couldn't sell his soul. The tiger in my tank is going to go extinct, and I'm not feeling so good myself. I think I'm on the brink of disaster. I had a dream last night. The TV and the phone grew some legs and took a walk and left me all alone. The tiger in my tank is going to go extinct, and I'm not feeling so good myself. I think I'm on the brink of disaster.
Oh boy. That song, Tiger in My Tank, I recommend listening to the full version of that song at the end. Like, it just explodes, and some really impressive like horns and instrumentation on the back end of that.
I dug that thoroughly. Like,
The
it's
jam.
so. I think that was the most of what you were kind of alluding to at the top of the show, which is the juxtaposition of kind of dour lyrics and
Mhm.
upbeat, kind of peppy tempo.
Yeah.
Just like groovy little melodies. 'Cause it's so
Yeah.
peppy.
Yeah.
I love
And
that.
heck, I have no idea what Tiger in My Tank means. Feel free to maybe Ben Rice knows. I'll
Maybe
hit up Ben Rice. I've thought about it for about like 10 years about what a tiger in my tank means. I don't know. I have no idea.
It doesn't seem like you'd want that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if it's a fish tank, it's
yeah,
either going to eat the fish or the tiger's going to drown.
yeah,
That's no good.
Or maybe it's the tank of your motivation. Like if it's literally like, well, not literally, your figurative tank of the
Mhm.
engine of your body.
yeah.
You got a tiger in your tank. You got to go. It's pursuit. You're on the move.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's talking about like World War II tanks.
Oh
Could
shit!
be.
Like that's just bad. Yeah, there's a tiger in my World War II tank.
Yeah, exactly.
That could have been the lyric, but they had to shorten it to like make the
There's a
beat.
panzer in my
That's
panzer.
what that song is. Well, Ryan, again, this was so much fun having you. Thank you so much for being on the show. Did you have a good time?
Oh fuck yeah! I had a freaking blast. Thank you so much,
I
Corey.
I think we both really enjoyed this.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Yeah, thanks guys. Yeah, thanks for letting
Well,
me talk
we
about
hope-
Spain.
Yeah, no, the
Yeah.
joy was all ours. We hope you folks at home enjoyed it as much as we did. Tune in next week, same time, same dad channel, where we're going to be talking about Simon and Garfunkel with special guest Aubrey Zavalos. So that's going to be a lot of fun because I've been on a Simon kick lately, so I'll have thoughts to contribute. So thank you again, folks, for watching. Have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.
Thank you guys for joining us. That is 6 o'clock Dad Rock Talk. Oh, wait. I don't think... Wait, yeah, you guys can hear me. Okay. I wasn't sure. Dab, dab, dab. That's it for this week's Dad Rock Talk. But that's not it for Stab tonight. In fact, the eponymous program is in about an hour. I'm like 90% certain I used that word correctly. So, check out the Stab Show. No? Or is that... No? All right.
No, I think you got it right.
Anonymous, yeah.
Okay. Check out the Stab Show with... Oh, who's the guest? We had to shake up the lineup. Maxwell Wolfson, Chris Miller, and Jordan Gannon. Oh, it's gonna be a time, guys. So, join us in about an hour at 8 o'clock. Get yourself some dinner, and we'll see you back then. Yeah, bye.
For your praise.